Breaking moments ago, President Trump announcing a powerful strike against the Islamic State in Nigeria.
For years, Nigerians have cried out, and for years, blood has spilled in silence. But for tonight, the world is watching Nigeria. Tonight, a statement from Donald Trump has shaken global headlines, claiming that the United States military has launched a deadly strike together with the Nigerian military against ISIS terrorists in the northwest of Nigeria.
Breaking moments ago, President Trump announcing a powerful strike against the Islamic State in Nigeria. Let's go back to Madison Scarpino live in West Palm Beach with the breaking details. Madison?
Yeah, Mike, President Trump says that strike was deadly, and he says it's because they've been targeting and viciously killing primarily Christians. Now, he just made the announcement on Truth Social saying in part, quote,
and for the first time, Nigeria's government is not denying it. They've also released a statement in support of what American president has released. So what really happened, and how did it happen, and what does this mean for the sovereignty, security, and future of Nigeria? Stay with me and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, let's get into the video.
If you've enjoyed this video so far, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button and subscribe. These videos take quite a long time to make, so if you could help me out, I'll love you forever. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to this crazy story.
Now, this is the penultimate number and it's number 2. At number 2, I present to you Kweku Afrik. Wow! This guy has a thunderous voice. Like, when he speaks, you wanna listen. I've been able to watch a couple of his videos and I sincerely will tell you that he makes great impression in whatever content he's going to present. Thank you so much, Mr. Kweku. Keep up the good work.
In a strongly worded statement, President Donald Trump has announced that under his direct command, the United States carried out precision strikes against ISIS-linked terrorist camps in northwest of Nigeria. Now, Donald Trump claimed that the target were responsible for the mass killings, particularly of civilians, and said the operation was meant to send a message that radical Islamic terrorism will not be allowed to prosper. And this wasn't the humor, this wasn't a leak, but this was a public declaration, and it immediately sent the internet on fire. And that wasn't all. Shortly after Trump's statement, CNN also published a breaking report confirming that US military forces struck ISIS target inside Nigeria. Now, according to CNN, the strikes were part of counterterrorism operations aimed at degrading extremist networks operating in Nigeria. And this confirmation shifted the story from speculation to a global reality that Nigeria was no longer fighting terrorism alone. Now, Nigeria also broke the silence. So then came the most important document of all. Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja also released an official press statement confirming security cooperation and intelligent collaboration between Nigeria and the United States. Now, the statement which I'll be reading to you made it clear that there were precision airstrikes conducted under bilateral security agreement based on shared intelligence with emphasis on protecting civilian lives. Now, Nigeria also shared something very crucial, that terrorism is an enemy of Christians, Muslims, and all Nigerians, not one faith alone. Now, this was Nigeria saying, yes, cooperation happened, but Nigeria remains sovereign. Now, so quickly, let me take you through, the press statement released by the Nigerian Foreign Affairs and the message written by President Donald Trump on his Truth Social media handle. So let's start with the one from, President Donald Trump's Truth Social media handle. And he wrote, and I read, "Tonight, at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful deadly airstrike against ISIS terrorist camp in northwest Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously unaliving primarily innocent Christians at level not seen for many years and even centuries. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they do not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there will be hell to pay. And tonight there was." He continues that the Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing under my leadership, and our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if the slaughter of Christians continue. And this was signed by, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. He wrote on his Truth Social media handle. Now, the Nigerian Foreign Affairs also, released a statement, and I read, Nigeria United States Security Cooperation and Intelligence Collaboration hit a terrorist target in Nigeria. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Nigeria confirms that Nigerian authorities remain engaged in structured security cooperation with international partners, including the United States of America, in addressing the persistent threat of terrorism and violent extremism. This has led to the precision hit on terrorist targets in Nigeria by airstrikes in Northwest. In line with established international practice and bilateral understanding, this cooperation includes the exchange of intelligence, strategic coordination, and other forms of supportive consistent with international law, mutual respect for sovereignty, and shared commitment to regional and global security. Nigeria reiterates that our counterterrorism efforts are guided by the primacy of protecting civilian lives, safeguarding national unity, and upholding the right and dignity of all citizens, irrespective of faith or ethnicity. Terrorist violence in any form, whether directed at Christians, Muslims, or other communities, remains an affront to Nigeria's values and to international peace and security. Now, they continue and say that the federal government continues to work closely with its partners through established diplomatic and security channels to weaken terrorist networks, disrupt their financing and logistics, and prevent cross-border threats while strengthening Nigeria's own security institutions and intelligence capabilities. Now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will continue to engage relevant partners and keep the public informed through appropriate official channels. And this was signed by Kimebi Imotimi Ebiemfa, spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Abuja, and was dated Friday, 26 December 2025. This dawn, as I'm reporting to you. So that is the good news coming from Nigeria. I'm sure Nigerians will be happy, especially Christians. They'll be so happy that the American president, especially Donald J. Trump, doesn't just run his mouth. He doesn't do cha. No, he actually practices what he does. That is what he does. And so he has, done this and also warned them that if they continue persecuting Christians, more will be following. And here is where the debate begins. So some people on social media are also asking and questioning that if the US can strike terrorists in Nigeria, why has insecurity lasted so long? Why do the attacks still happen in villages weekly? And why does it take the foreign power before the world listens? Some Nigerians are applauding the move while others are worried because security help is good, but dependence is dangerous. Now, this is the question. It has kept taking long because America could not have voluntarily, gone to Nigeria to strike. They needed to try all means to collaborate with the Nigerian government. And eventually, if the Nigerian government still refuses to cooperate, that is when maybe American can take, things into their own hands and then strike. But that one, they will even have to answer questions if Nigeria decides to take them on. So that is why America tried all levels of trying to, have a coordination with the Nigerian government, which eventually happened. And that is why it took so long, because Nigeria is a sovereign country and one country cannot invade the other country unless there is threat with people's life at stake, and that is why it took so long. Now, the next question is, why do attacks still happen in villages? Because the terrorists in Nigeria, they are running their mouth, they are bluffing, because they thought President Donald Trump was just bluffing, and because these people had some people in government as their paymasters, they always called the bluff. They thought nothing was going to happen, so that was why it still continued in the villages. Now, what this means for Africa, this is bigger than Nigeria. This is about Africa's insecurity partnerships, foreign military involvement, and who truly controls the fight against terrorism on African soil. Now, one thing is clear, that terrorism has gone global. Silence is no longer an option, and Nigeria's crisis is now international business. That is what it means. So the question remains that, did these strikes mark a turning point, or are they just another chapter in a long, painful story? Let me know what you think. And don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section. Do you applaud or do you agree with President Donald Trump on the airstrike? Are you applauding them or you don't agree with them? Leave your comment in the comment section. It's a wrap for today.
I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay. And tonight there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continues.